When some of my more jaded friends start asking me about a particular vehicle, I take notice. Such was the case with the Subaru Ascent. Questions came from friends around the country. The only thing they all had in common was kids. They either had them, were planning on having them, or had grandchildren. Now, with both Subaru and Rolls-Royce in the SUV business, I think that someday I'm going to have to tell the little ones to move closer to the campfire as I describe something once known as a sedan. While some may say that Subaru is late to the SUV party, I would say Subaru has overcome what historians call the burden of being first. Since 2019 is about 2 decades after sport utility vehicles started outnumbering minivans from Manhattan to mountains and malls, Subaru has had the time to watch, take notes, and probably stifle a giggle or two as nearly everything that could move forward on wheels was hammered into the shape of a Ford Explorer or a Chevy Suburban. Subaru's entry onto this very crowded dance floor has a lot of really cool moves and a hot-looking outfit. Speaking of looking, all of the new Ascents have Subaru's EyeSight system. That's the Japanese automaker's suite of safety sensors and displays. Standard on the 2019 Ascent are adaptive cruise control with lane keep assist and all-wheel drive. Among the options on our 8-passenger Ascent Limited were reverse gear automatic braking and lane keep assist. One is supposed to keep you from backing into people or objects, and the other is supposed to keep you in your lane if you're paying too much attention to the optional Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. By the way, kudos to Apple for getting their CarPlay integration into so many new cars. While the genie is out of the bottle, the toothpaste is out of the tube, and the train has left the station when it comes to texting, at least Apple lets you keep your eyes on the road when sending and receiving missives. I didn't try Android Auto, but I assume it's as good as Apple CarPlay when it comes to figuring out what I'm trying to say at 70 miles an hour on a bumpy highway. Among the things that are sure to get fanboy shorts in a knot, the Subaru Ascent has 19 cup and bottle holders. That means the driver and every passenger can have 2 drinks, and there are still enough cup holders for someone to leave their nail polish and paper clips in one and their chewing gum in another. Under the hood of the nearly 197-inch long Subaru is a 2.4-liter turbocharged Boxer engine. That 4-cylinder generates 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. The power plant is estimated to achieve 20 miles per gallon city and 26 highway. The fuel tank has a capacity of 19.3 gallons. The Ascent can tow up to 5,000 pounds, which is the most of any Subaru. Speaking of towing and hauling, the Ascent will do all of these things nicely, but not quickly. My only complaint about the super comfortable and well laid out Ascent is that it doesn't climb up to the speed limit without some coaxing. It's not dangerously slow like some cars that induce pucker at the sight of a tractor-trailer during a merge, but I did notice a bit of reluctance when challenging a traffic circle or trying to catch up to commuters when jumping onto the Garden State Parkway. The Subaru helps you avoid danger by turning the headlights with the steering wheel, and if you do get into trouble, the Subaru's Starlink system can help you call for assistance or make reservations at a nearby hotel. If your needs are less dramatic, Starlink can remotely start your engine or geofence your teenager. Think of it as an after-curfew choke collar. But most importantly for me, the driver and passenger seats are extremely comfortable. In addition to a power driver's seat, the power front passenger seat means that it's easy for elderly or handicapped passengers to get comfy on long drives. The heated seats and steering wheel mean that even though the 2019 Subaru Ascent is marketed to evoke images of healthy millennials smiling in the woods, it's also really good at taking the rest of us to and from work in bad weather. But in the plus column, you won't have to beg for too much overtime. The Ascent Limited we tested was $39,000. Options and fees bring the total price as tested to $42,920. In this segment, however, I pay less attention to the sticker and more to whether both you and your spouse are comfortable parking it, and whether you can get your family, either 2-legged or 4-legged, easily into and out of the vehicle. Entry and egress is a process that's as uniquely yours as your fingerprints or DNA. By the way, always remember to park a car during your test drive. If you don't like the way a car parks, you're going to hate the vehicle after your third or fourth payment. Well, if you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to Real World Test Drive on YouTube and follow me on Twitter @GrantWinter. For Real World Test Drive, I'm Grant Winter reporting.